Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Monday. Oh my gosh, is it fogging up already? It's fogging up. It is so humid outside. I'm disappearing. I'm disappearing before your eyes. Hold on, let me clean this off really quick. Hold on. I don't think it should last that long, but let me clean this off really quick. Okay. Happy Monday, and we are back on the front porch. So, let me just tell you, this is a later vlog than I have filmed the last couple days. It is currently 4:09 p.m. and the puppies just went down for a little nap. They just went down about 20 minutes ago, and I had fallen asleep for a second. So, I'm really... Today did not go how I thought it was going to go at all, because I have been keeping in my notes app, like, day by day, like, their schedule, like, what they do, when they sleep, like, what time they eat. I'm trying to keep them on a pretty rigid schedule so that they get used to that schedule. And they, like, for the last 2 days, like, that schedule has been, you know, pretty close as far as, like, well, the eating, obviously, because I feed them at the same times every day. But the napping, like, when they get tired and when they fall asleep, has been between about, I would say, like 2 and 5 in the afternoon. And so today my plan was, I had videos for, hold on, truck's coming down the street, very loud truck. I had videos for every single one of my channels planned to film today. I was really excited about it because I didn't film really Friday. Well, I filmed a vlog. The only thing I filmed this weekend is a vlog. So I didn't film Friday, I didn't film Saturday, I didn't film Sunday. In all honesty, I didn't think I would vlog at all on Saturday and Sunday. And so, I guess I filmed a little bit more than I thought I would. But, so I was really excited to come back and film. I was gonna do my Peter Gustav channel. I just got the mail. We can't be getting more mail. I don't know where this pickup truck is going, but it's like right by my house. I can hear it. It's like, is it coming back this way? That truck sounds like a boat, doesn't it? It's kind of nice to be back on the front porch. I miss the front porch. It's not kind of, it's really nice to be back on the front porch. A couple people commented and said that it felt strange to see the vlog while I was in the bedroom. It felt strange to vlog in the bedroom. Back in the day, like in the winter, if you guys remember this, like when Boo was taking a nap or whatever, or sometimes if it was snowing or cold outside, I would vlog from the bedroom. But it's been a long time since I've done that, so just poured some I didn't pour as much coffee in there as I thought I did. Anyway, so I was gonna do this haul on my Peter Gustav channel, and I was gonna show like a lot of like the dog stuff that I got, like the toys and all that kind of stuff. Just a fun little haul over there. And then I have like 4 TV reactions that I wanna do. I wanna do the Trainwreck PI Moms. What's the other one I wanna do? Oh, I finished that Hunting Wives last night, so I was gonna do a reaction to that. I have a video that I wanna do about Big Brother, which I think I mentioned because somebody commented on it too, called Being a Casual Watcher or whatever. And then there's like 2 other things that I wanted to react to over on my Peter Watches TV channel. And then I had a Peterisms video I wanted to do. I wanted to react to the 2 Christmas in July books for my BookTube channel. I had a drama video filmed, and then obviously I was gonna vlog. Oh, I have so many review videos to do. Yeah, so I had all that stuff that I was going to do, and my day did not go as planned at all. So, so this morning, well, I guess I should go back kind of to last night. So what happened was, they usually fall asleep between like 1:30 and 2, or they have the last 2 days. And I know they're puppies, I know their schedule's not going to be the same every day, but they kind of play and then they wear themselves out. Well, the first day is... you kind of can't compare it to that because, you know, they have been traveling, and then they like came to my friend's house, and then they came here, and so I think they were just really exhausted. But yesterday they kind of fell asleep at the same time too as they had the day before, and so I thought, oh, maybe they're just going to be like really tired. They play a lot, and then they get like you can kind of tell that they like start like getting bored of playing, and then like one of them falls asleep, and then the other one falls asleep. They are just the sweetest. They are just the sweetest babies in the entire world. They are so sweet, and they cuddle all over me, and they like, we'll get to last night when I was sitting in the chair watching TV, but like they just either on either side of me, and then like one like will walk over and like they cuddle with each other when they sleep, like right next to each other. They sleep on top of each other every night that we've had them so far. It's the cutest thing. They're so sweet. They're constantly wanting kisses from me. So, but we'll get into all that in a second. So anyway, so today, got up for the second time today at like 11:30. And so, got them out of their crate. They've been doing great in their crate downstairs. So I don't know if I said this yesterday, but I had ordered this, well, I thought I had ordered this smaller crate, but what I had ordered was, I think I did say this yesterday, what I had ordered was this, I was like, why, I can't, so if you look online for these crates are like, and Alex said to me yesterday, he goes, did you look at any of those crates that looks like furniture, or that looks like, because you can get them that where they look like a little like table or whatever, and I said, yeah, but I thought that you would think that was cheesy, and he was like, no, I kind of like those, and I was like, okay, well, we can get one of those for the bedroom if you want. So anyway, I saw this one, and it comes with like, well, I thought it came with it, it didn't, but it comes with like, it's like a grayish khaki kind of colored like mat inside, and there's bumpers around the inside, so like, you know, they're not like right up against the mesh or right up against the wiring, and then it has like a tarp that goes over it that like folds up. It's like very nice, and I think it was like $109, and a lot of the crates are like $200, and so I was like, oh, you get all of this and the crate too? And I was like, this is amazing. Well, when it came, it was just the bedding and the tarp and everything. It wasn't the crate, so I had to order a crate to match it. Alex was like, make sure you get the right size. I said, it says on here that it's for like 5 different sizes, so I didn't get the smallest one. I got one that I thought that they like would be a good size for both of them. So I don't know like how it's showing on camera, but they're really tiny. Like, they're really tiny. Like, Otis is like this big. And honestly, like, I thought Walter from the pictures, I thought Walter would be a lot bigger. His legs are long, but he's not. And it's funny because, oh, this is a second truck that sounds loud. So, my neighbor across the street, the griller and the gardener, the neighbor next to them, he passed away like months ago. And I think he was like one of the oldest members of this neighborhood. Anyway, he was like, I don't remember how old he was, but he was like one of the oldest members of this neighborhood. And my ear is like, oh, my ear needs to pop. Come on now. But anyway, they're redoing that condo before they move in. And he lives right over there, and I don't know where she lives, but anyway, so they've been like, they're like hurrying it up. They're like moving in there any day, and so they're finishing all this stuff. So it's been like construction like 24 hours a day. The people that are working on the house are super nice. Like, they've been like coming out, and they came over and saw the dogs and stuff like that. They're like really nice, these people. It's like a lot of these guys that are working on the house over there. But anyway, what was I saying? So I got up so I put him in the crate last night. I think I wrote it down. It was 4:40 that I put him in their crate, and I came to bed. And they went right in there. They were super tired. They went right in there and they went to sleep. Like, they just kind of like, I walked him in there, and they just kind of walked in. They both like went to like lay down in the bedding in there. So I put him in there, and they were fine. I kind of like sat upstairs in the kitchen to see if they started crying or something, but they didn't. And I know that dogs are going to cry in their crates and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, Alex actually left for work a little bit later than he usually does. He left about 8:40. And so when he got up, and I don't know, it might have been they might have heard him like moving around upstairs and stuff like that. I mean, they're getting used to like everything. They don't know like, you know, the sounds and whatever. But when he walked downstairs, he came back upstairs, and he said they started crying when I was downstairs. He was like, I just want to let you know. He was like, I've got to go, or, you know, like I would take them out or whatever. I was like, okay. So, I got up and I took them out. They were still like super, super tired. They came out here and they like just sat in the grass. They just like sat down on the grass. So anyway, we sat out here for like 10 or 15 minutes. They finally peed, and then they were just like yawning and stuff. So I put them back in their crate, and then I went back and they were quiet, and I went back to bed until 11:30. And when I went down there to get them at 11:30, like when my alarm went off, they were like asleep. So I got them up, brought them outside, and they did their business. That time they did like all their business. They pooped and peed and all that kind of stuff. And then we had lunch. Well, I didn't have lunch. They had lunch. And they're real good eaters. I'm kind of, you know, like, Boo was so picky with food, and Tucker would kind of eat anything, and Pee-Pee towards the end got really picky. Because he was on that, like, different kinds of, like, food that the vet had given us, and he didn't like the smell of it and all that kind of stuff. And so he was kind of really picky towards the end. We did a lot of chicken and Alex and I were talking about that yesterday. We did a lot of chicken and rice through the years because, well, and Boo was super picky about food, always. Like, even before he was, like, sick, he was really picky about food. And so I kind of am not used to, like, putting the food down and they, like, eat it in 2 seconds, you know? And I don't give them tons of food, you know, per their, like, the weight that the vet told me, like, how much to give them and all this kind of stuff. So, anyway, and then, like, right after they eat, I take them outside again because they, like, poop, like, right away. So I took them outside, and then they came inside, and they were just, like, running around. People asked to see, like, videos of them. I've got some videos. I'm going to put a video together of, like, the first couple days of, like, them and whatever, and I'll put something like that up. But, like, last night, Alex and I were watching the 5th Final Destination movie, and they were doing, like, the zoomies. I mean, like, for probably 25 minutes, just, like, chasing each other around, and they go into the bed, and they play fight, and they chase each other around again. It's real cute. And what's funny about it is that Walter is the bigger one. He's the tan one. So you would think it would be, like, him being more dominant, but it's not. It's Otis, the little one. Like, Otis is chasing Walter over the house. Otis is the one that's, like, pinning Walter down. It's real cute. Because Otis is, like, so small, you know? Like, you wouldn't think that. And he kind of, like, walks kind of, like, funny, kind of, like, stocky, kind of. It's real cute. So, anyway, they're kind of catching on to stuff real quick. Like, at first, like, I would say, like, yesterday, Walter was able to walk up, and I'm, like, right behind them when he does it, but he's, like, able to walk up and down, like, he was able at first to walk up the stairs. Now he can walk up and down the stairs. Now he's, like, going up fast, but at first it was kind of like this, and I didn't try to get him to. I just, like, walked up the stairs to get something, and he was, like, I turned around, and he was, like, right behind me, and Otis was standing at the ground, or on the main floor. And then coming out here, Walter would, like, he would, like, walk out the door and jump down, because I carried him out, you know, the first couple times, but then he, like, started, like, just walking out. Otis, at first, was like, no, I mean, the step is, like, so tiny, you guys, like, but he wouldn't do it. And then today, when I brought them, oh, the little chipmunk just went running over. Today, when I brought them in, so now I can just, like, open the door, and they both just, like, they walk up the steps, and they, like, Otis, like, hops up the steps. It's real cute. And then they, like, walk in the door. They have no problem getting up there. I don't know how, like, this one's so hard. But anyway, oh my gosh, the tripod fell already. You know what? I've been using this, so this is, I got 2 of those new tripods. I've been using this one for so long. I keep on saying I'm going to replace it with the second one, and I haven't done it yet, and I need to just start doing that. So anyway, I brought them in. They were playing. I was, like, cleaning the kitchen and stuff like that. And they were, like, having the zoomies and running all around. And, so anyway, then I brought them outside, and I was like, so the harnesses that I ordered, so I had to buy, like, really small harnesses for them, well, especially for Otis, and, like, I got matching leashes. They have not come yet. So I had bought them, like, little collars, and so we did, like, a little bit of, like, leash training in the driveway. And today we did a little bit of leash training with each one of them, and I had them both on it. It's gonna be, because my neighbor across the street and some other people have told me, like, just start in the driveway and just do it up and down the driveway. They don't really either of them get it. Like, I read online, like, how to do it and all that kind of stuff. They don't really either one of them get it. Okay, part of the problem is this, is that they just kind of sit down. Like, wherever like, if I go outside, or even when I bring them inside, they'll just, like, in the kitchen, they just, like, kind of, like, sit down. It's real cute. But, so, like, you know, like, so I'm, like, they finally did get it. Actually, it was funny, because Walter kind of seems like he's catching stuff real quick, but Walter got the leash training the least. Like, Otis finally kind of caught up and was like, you know, whatever. So we did that for about, like, I don't know, like, a half an hour or so, back and forth in the driveway. I think I did, like, 10 or 15 minutes with each one of them. And, but anyway, it was so funny, because they just were funny watching each other do it. It's just, and they are such brothers, you guys. Like, they are such brothers. The way that they just, like, I don't know, they are just, like, they're bonding super quickly. They're very comfortable with both me and Alex, and they're very comfortable in this house, and I don't know. I think they get it real quick. This is their place. But anyway, so then after that, I brought them in, and they each had the little teeny greenies. They love those little teeny greeny things. So they each one of those got one of those. They went over in the bed. And so I think at that point, I don't know what time it was like almost 1 or something. And so I was getting really tired at this point. I was getting really, really tired. So I was like, okay, let's go upstairs to the bedroom, because I thought when they fall asleep, oh, you know what, I was going to post this picture last night on my stories, and I didn't. So they sleep pretty close to like the head of the, like where the pillows are when they sleep. Like one sleeps like in between the pillows. Sometimes they sleep right next to each other in between the pillows, but they'll sleep like right next to a pillow or in between the pillows. So they're pretty close. So I was like, if I fall asleep while they're up here just for like a half an hour, I think they'll be okay. Okay, so now Walter can jump off the bed completely fine. Otis just stands there, and so I've got all these pillows around the edge in case one of them, you know, would like jump off or whatever. But anyway, they're not sleeping on the bed, they're sleeping in the crate, because they're just like, and I bought this like staircase thing. It's like this extra wide staircase ramp for them to go up and down and whatever. They don't really go to the edge of the bed, like the sides. They don't, like, they'll kind of like look over a little bit and they like steer back. They don't really go to the edge of the bed at all. Like they go to where the thing is on the end of the bed, and then they kind of like, well, Walter will go down there and stand. Boo Radley did the same thing. He'll go down there and stand, and then he jumps down, because from there to there, it's like that. It's like not really like that high of a drop. So anyway, so they were playing, and I like fell asleep, and they were both like, so I have all these different, you know, like the beds that were like Boo Radley. So I have like 2 of them, and they were both in that bed sleeping, and they were both in that bed like chewing these little, they love the little plastic bones, like the little ones. And so they're both in there chewing them. I could tell that Otis was getting tired, because he was doing one. I mean, they were like playing, like they I call it wrestling, because I think that's what my dad called it when I was growing up as a kid. But they like wrestle, like, you know, back and forth and whatever. And so they've been doing that, but it was kind of like wearing down a little bit, you know? And so they, oh, this yellow butterfly, just so pretty. So they were kind of like winding down a little bit, I could tell. And Otis especially, like I could tell his eyes were doing that while he was like chewing on this bone. So I fell asleep, and literally like I had just looked at the clock, and I fell asleep, and when I woke up, I like looked at the clock. It was literally like 5 or 6 minutes later, and I thought it had been like an hour, and I looked over, and they were both asleep in the bed. And so, but that, oh, this is what I was going to say. But that wasn't like right when we went up there. It took a long time today. There was a lot of playing. There was a lot of toys. It's so funny. I mean, this is so puppies, right? But like, I mean, they probably have 20 toys up there now. And I don't know, like they have like 5 bones, like the plastic bones. And they have all this different stuff. And they always want the same toy. Both of them always want with the same toy. And they like the little rope, the tug of war rope. They like that one a lot. So, so they finally fell asleep, and that was like 20 minutes ago. So I was like, oh my God, they're getting, and when they sleep for like a long time, because they're puppies, you know? So I was like, okay, this is the perfect time for me to vlog. And so I carried them both, they were both like in my arms asleep. I carried them both down in their crate and put them in there, and they went to sleep in their crate. And then I like grabbed my camera, poured some coffee, and came out here, because Alex is gonna be home soon. And he was like, if you wanna like go to the pool for a little bit or whatever, he's like, you know, like, since you've been with them all day long, I can like watch them and stuff like that. What are you doing?
Get the mail. How are the boys?
They're asleep right now. They're taking a nap.
Has their sister found a home yet?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. What are you doing today?
Oh, I did some errands. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot today. It's humid out here.
Well, I think by Thursday you'll...
It's supposed to cool down this week, yeah.
Yeah, then I can get back out there. Okay.
Have a good one. She was asking about this because I like told her the whole story, and so I don't know if you heard her, but she said they found a home for her sister. So they have cats. They have these like big cats, and I had like shown her the pictures of the sister and blah 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 whatever, and she's like, well, if they can't find a home, I said, would you get her? Because I thought, oh, that would be so cute, wouldn't it? If like we had the 2 brothers and the sister was living across the street. And she's like, I don't know that we could handle it, but they're supposedly all like it.
One more thing.
Hey, what?
You had corn over there, didn't you?
Corn?
Didn't you have corn over there? Weren't you feeding somebody?
She's holding this stalk of corn. I did for the ducks earlier in the year. Why? I'm sorry. Did you want that growing in your garden?
No.
She's holding this big stalk of corn up. Hey, do you want that? Are you going to cook it?
Well, there's nothing to cook.
That's not, I don't even think that's corn.
Yes, it is.
You're just holding up some weed and calling it corn.
It's corn. I know what corn is.
You better take that to the HOA meeting. It is so hot out here, I'm like sweating bullets.
You better go inside.
In a little bit. So my plan had been today that when they fell asleep between 1:30 and 2, like my camera and everything was ready. I was just gonna like turn around in bed. They were gonna be asleep right there, and then I was gonna film like my drama video, my booktube video. I was gonna do the haul. I got all the haul stuff there because it was everything was in bed, right? Well, they didn't fall asleep until late today, and Alex was texting me, and he's like, "Are you getting lots of videos done?" I was like, "No." I mean, they're playing so much that you know what? I just need a couple days where I can like, you know, get used to the schedule and figure everything out, and then it'll be fine and stuff like that. So they're real good to go in the crate. So what I'll probably do, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm just gonna have to kind of play this week by ear. I'm just getting used to having them, you know. And first of all, it's weird enough to have dogs in the house. Second of all, it's even weirder to have little puppies that, like, you know, and they need your attention like all the time, you know. They're real good about going into the crate. So to put them in the crate for, you know, a little while, and they sleep straight through the night and stuff like that. So to put them in the crate for a little while I film a couple of videos is no big problem. To be honest with you, I was so tired today that I didn't really care. It was kind of fun just to like lay in bed. So I don't know if I said this in my vlog the other day, but when I was laying in bed, did I do it yesterday? Did I do it after? I did it after I vlogged yesterday. I did it yesterday, I did it Saturday. Well, they're just like laying there playing and napping. I've been like watching a movie like on the iPad in bed, and it's really hard for me to just sit there and not do anything. Like, just to sit there and like just watch a show in the middle of the day, because I constantly feel like, well, you should be doing a load of laundry, or you should be filming a video, or you should be doing that. It's really hard for me just to lay there and not do anything. So it's actually been really good for me mentally and emotionally to just kind of like lay there and just be present. It's like they have really been good for that the last couple days. Today, when it was getting later, and I knew that Alex was going to be home no later. I mean, he was like, I will be home no later than 5. I'll be home early today. And I was like, or he said he was going to be leaving no later than 5. I was like, my ear is like real clogged. I don't know what is going on. And it was getting later. I was like, okay. Like, I mean, Alex wouldn't, you know, he'd be like, just have him upstairs with me and you can film downstairs. But I didn't want to film later in the day. And so today I was kind of like sitting there and I was like, oh, I was going to do all these videos and whatever. I thought, you know what? Just enjoy the moment. There's going to be tons of days to film the videos. So tomorrow may be the same thing. Tomorrow I'm going with Cousin Caroline can't do Cousin Caroline Wednesday. So she said, let's do Tuesday because she wants to see the dogs. And so she's like, let's do she said Tuesday or Thursday. We're supposed to do Thursday. I have therapy on Thursday, so we're going to do Tuesday. So she's going to come, and we're only going to go for like an hour. We're going to go like to the post office and Trader Joe's, and that's like it. So, and then she's going to see the pups and stuff like that. So tomorrow, I'm just playing it by ear right now. There may just be a vlog, or I may film videos on another channel. I'm just telling you, because I know people are going to start being like, well, you haven't filmed on any other channels in like 5 or 6 days. Well, I'm just going to have to kind of play it by ear right now, you know, like obviously getting them, you know, comfortable and getting them, you know, my ear is like, you guys, I almost like, it's like, you know when you get like a ear, like not an ear infection, but it's like you like when you're, is it clearing up a little bit? It's like when you're in the pool and you have water in your ear and you can't get it out. That's what it feels like. But it didn't start doing it until I came out here. I don't know what's going on. It'll be fine. I'll figure it out. Like, this is one of the reasons why I'm like kind of like writing down their schedule, is so I can kind of figure out, okay, like if I put them in their crate from like, you know, like 1:30 to like 3, then I can film videos during that time. And then that's usually the time they kind of sleep anyway, so they'll probably fall asleep real quickly. So, I mean, hell, I filmed videos with 3 other dogs. It's not going to be, you know what I mean? I'll figure it out. It's just going to take a couple days for me to film all this, figure all this kind of stuff out. So then I was just kind of like, okay, well, just do your vlog. Just do your vlog and, you know, spend time with Alex and the dogs tonight and just relax. I do think that, like, because Alex said, he was like, do you want to like, well, so Alex's mom was going to text me today. So, so many people commented on what that walk is, which I should actually just look it up and tell you guys what it is because, Alex just texted me and said heading home. Hold on a second. When he gets home, I'll take a little bit of a break, and then I will go inside and get the dogs out and all that kind of stuff. Then I'll come out here and finish this. What was I doing? Oh, I was looking up what that walk is called. So Alex's mom is getting ready to leave for Spain to go on this walk. So many people commented on it yesterday. The walk is called... Now I can't find one comment, and there was literally like 10 comments where people were like, oh, I know somebody that did that, or that's what it's called, or blah, 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 whatever. Somebody said their friend or somebody, their sister did it, and they're not religious, but they went with people that were, or something like that. So many people commented on it. Where is it? Oh, thank you. A couple people said that it's Royal Canin, not canine. So thank you for that. I don't think I'll forget that one for some reason. Why can I not find this comment? There were so... Oh, Beck said, I really enjoyed the latest Final Destination. I love all of them. So we watched the last one last night. We watched 5. Was that last night that we watched 5? Yeah, we watched the last one last night. Or the 5. 6 is the newest one that comes out. So somebody messaged me that 6 comes out on... Because we were going to rent it. When we got done last night. Like, was that last night or the night before? Why can't I remember? Well, whenever we watched it. I think it was last night, wasn't it? Anyway, yeah, I think we watched the Final Destination last night. Anyway, we were going to watch, I said, do you want to watch 6? And Alex said, I'm really tired. Was that last night or the night before? I don't remember. Anyway, so I said, well, do you want to rent it sometime this week? So we were going to rent it, because I think it's on like Apple TV for like $5.99 to rent. But somebody let me know that it's coming out on HBO Max on Friday. They said their son let them know that. So thank you, whoever let me know that. Oh, somebody put, I guess I was talking about the Sex and the City spinoff, and somebody said, and just like that is now called And So It Goes. I guess I called it And So It Goes. I mean, I get everything wrong, don't I? Kelsey said, do we know their lineage? I can definitely see Chihuahua. Yeah, so I think I said this in a couple of videos, but they're Chihuahua Shih Tzu mix. Where I cannot find one comment, and I last night when I was reading it, there were so many comments. You guys have been so supportive this whole getting the dog thing and stuff, and I really appreciate it. The Sex and the City sequel, Neffy said the Sex and the City sequel is called And Just Like That. Oh, the pilgrimage in Spain is in Compostela, but that's not what it's called. Somebody told me what it was called. Oh, Camino Santiago, the spiritual. Oh, here it is. Minimalist said the walk is called the Camino Santiago. It's a spiritual pilgrimage. There's a really good movie about it starring Emilio Estevez and his dad, Martin Sheen. What did somebody respond? Oh, Coffee said my husband has done it. Jules said the walk in Spain sounds like El Camino. My old best friend did that with her mom some years back, and it sounded really cool. Yeah, she's really, really excited about it. Okay, so when she called yesterday, she's trying to walk to get prepared for it. Somebody said it's 20 miles a day. I think she told me that. I don't know. But so every time I talk to her, I'm like, have you been, because she knows I've been walking, like, you know, like a lot. And so, you know, an hour and a half to 2 hours a day. And so she's like, so I've been like trying to encourage her, like, you need to get out there. And she's like, well, I know, but it's hard. Her neighborhood is sprawling. She could walk for 4 hours if she wanted. And so yesterday I said, well, why don't you come over tomorrow night and you and I could take a walk in the neighborhood? And she said, okay. And I said, unless it's super, super humid, because if it's humid, it's really hard to walk. And I said, is it really humid in Spain at this time of year? And she said, I don't think so. It's hot, but it's not super. She's going late August. She said it's not super humid, I don't think, at that time of year. I don't know. That could be completely wrong. So that's what she said. So anyway, but she was going to text me like later this afternoon. So if she doesn't come over here, like when Alex is with the dogs, I think I'm going to take my walk tonight because I want to get into this. Like, I haven't really gotten into the Christmas Alex Cross book, and I have to, but the first one for July is the Christmas one. So I have to finish the Alex Cross books this week. So when he's hanging out with the dogs, I will probably go on my walk and then go for a quick swim and then come back. So last night, it had to have been last night that we watched the 5th Final Destination. Yeah, it was. So we watched the 5th Final, what did I do after well, he was at our friend's birthday party. He got home I think he got home about 7 from that last night. He did not bring me a cupcake. That was my first question when he came in. What was I watching? I was sitting downstairs, and they were chewing on, so they have greenies and they have these little bones. Oh my God, these bones I go crazy over. This was me in bed this morning. This was a picture I sent to Alex. This was Otis sitting behind me. And Alex goes, LOL, the dogs always love my pillow. I said, he's on my pillow. He's telling me about getting his haircut today. What time did he come home? 6:38. He texted me he was on his way home. So I said to him, I said, did you bring me a cupcake? And he goes, oh, I totally forgot. He goes, I totally forgot that you wanted a cupcake. And he goes, they were like gluten-free. And he goes, you wouldn't have liked them anyway. And I go, did you have one? And he goes, I had a little bit of one. It wasn't very good. I'm like, you're such an ass because you forgot that damn cupcake. Somebody commented on the vlog and they said, you're just like me. I asked my husband for a cupcake too. Of course, I wanted a cupcake so bad. But I did have, so I got the cheesecake ice cream cones from Trader Joe's last night. So when we were, we were watching that movie last night because I had, for dinner last night, I had some of my leftover pizza from Puccini's. I don't even know if I said that the night before. I ordered Puccini's pizza and a salad. And so I had some of my leftover pizza last night. I had Alfredo sauce that I dipped it in. So good. And then I had, I forgot that those cheesecake ice cream cones are bigger. They're like this big. And then I also got at Trader Joe's, they have like chocolate covered fruit. They have like chocolate covered banana bites, chocolate covered strawberry bites. And so I mixed some of those, well, the banana ones. I mixed them together in this bowl with the cheesecake thing. I didn't mix it all up. I just laid them together in the bowl. And then I like had a little treat last night. It was fun. So anyway, we watched Final Dest. Oh, I know. So when he came home, and the vlog was, well, it was uploaded, I think, at that point. When he came home, no, after I got done vlogging last night, oh, I know, okay. So I got done with my vlog early yesterday. I was watching that movie in bed, Talk to Me, about the hand. That's supposed to be like the hand from the psychic. I got like an hour into it. It was definitely better than the one that I watched the night before called Until Dawn or whatever. It was much better than that, but it still was not that good. I don't feel like there's a whole lot of horror movies that come out anymore that are that good. Somebody told me Sinners is fantastic. I asked Alex if he wanted to watch it. We watched a trailer and he's like, yeah, I really want to watch it. So we're going to watch Sinners together. I think it's a horror movie, right? Like people are saying that it's like a thriller or a horror movie. So we're going to watch that. I don't know, not tonight probably, but so anyway, when the dogs woke up from their nap, I fed them last night, took them out, fed them, took them out again. They have to go out to potty like right after they eat. So we took them out again, and then when they came inside, they both like went over to the big bed in the corner and they like fell right asleep. And so I was like, I'm going to the pool. So I carried them down their crate and they went inside, and I was at the pool for like 15 minutes last night. It was so funny when I was walking down. So her grandma is moving out. She's like 91, and she is still like, I mean, lucid, and her grandma's real funny. Like, I've told some of the stories, but I mean, not like purposefully funny, but like, you know, and she'll say it too, Laura's grandma. So anyway, her grandma moved in here. It's kind of weird to think, like, Laura and I were talking about it, and I was like, are you okay about your grandma moving out of here? And she's like, no, it's kind of sad. Like, Laura grew up coming to her grandma's house here. So, I mean, Laura's 30, she just turned 32. And my mom moved in here in 95, so I was a year sober. That was 30 years ago. So Laura was 1 year old, and her grandma had moved in here the year before my mom did. So her grandma moved in here literally like the year that Laura was born. And so Laura and I were talking about it. And I was like, I totally understand how that is. Like when my mom moved out of my childhood home and stuff, like it was so hard. But when I was walking down there yesterday, we have this new couple that lives in the neighborhood from Las Vegas, and he is hilarious. And so I was talking to him yesterday, but he was talking to her grandma about like I could hear them, they were talking moving. So she's real hard of hearing, so she talks real loud. So I heard her, and so when I walked by, she was like standing out on her like in her yard area talking to him, and this is the woman that said when Alex and I went to the pool, nicer homosexual I've never seen, two nicer homosexuals I've never. She's the one that called Laura and I in, both on the yards, the HOA. I mean, okay. And she was like, back in the day, like she doesn't really walk as much in the neighborhood anymore. But I mean, for her, I think, is she 90? I think she's 91. I think for like her age, like she still like gets out and stuff like that. So anyway, but she's real funny and kind of like, I don't really, like, kind of in a rude way that she doesn't really know that she is. I mean, Laura would say the same thing. So anyway, so I walked by, and, like, I had met him and talked to him, so he was talking to her in the yard, and I, like, oh, here comes Alex. I waved, and I was like, hey, and he was like, and the guy was like, hey, how are you? And I was like, good, and her grandma goes, I don't even know who that is. Okay, so Alex is home, so let me go inside and take the pups out and get him oriented with the he doesn't need any oriented with the pups, but you know, let me go check in with him for a second, and then I will come back and finish the vlog in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. All is good. The puppies are good, and Alex is cooking in the kitchen right now. He is cooking he's pulling out the grill and grilling up some chicken. He, like, it's not called saute. What's it called when he's got this mix that he does, and then he, like, puts the chicken in the mix. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's like some kind of dressing, and anyway, is it called sauteing? That's not what it's called. I don't cook. Y'all know that, right? So, but he keeps it, like, in this Tupperware thing, like the chicken. So he's grilling the chicken, and he's making this huge, like, grilled chicken salad. So that's what he's doing, and hanging out with the pups inside. So anyway, so when I was walking down to the pool last night, and I was walking up there, and I was like, oh my God, there's not anybody at the pool. But it looked like it was going to rain last night. So anyway, when I walked by, she said something like, I don't even know who that is, or something. I started laughing. I was like, she is so funny. But anyway, so I went to the pool, and there was, like, nobody there. And I looked at the time because I didn't want to, like, be gone that long. And I was there for, like, literally, I got in the shallow end of the pool, and I dove around and stuff like that for, like, 10 or 15 minutes, and I got out. Well, so these two girls, like, rode up on their bikes and came in, and they were real sweet. I think they were, like, probably, like, 13 or 14, and they, like, walked in. They said, our aunt's coming with us. Like, I didn't even ask, and they were like, our aunt's coming with us. She's right there. And I said, oh, okay. And I said, I'm going to let you guys have the pool anyway, because I'm going back. And they're like, oh, you don't. They were real friendly girls. They were like, you don't have to do that. And I was like, oh, no, just enjoy the pool yourself. And then the one girl looks over, and she goes, oh, look at all these people coming up to the pool. And I said, oh, I'm sorry. I said, she goes, you're sorry? She goes, are they with you? And I go, no, they're not with me, but I'm sorry that you're not going to have the pool to yourself. It's been so nice just to be up here by myself. And she's like, oh, it's okay. And literally across, like, the bridge, there was, like, these, like, 6 teenagers walking over with, like, their grandparents. And so I was like, these poor girls. So I passed their aunt on the way out, who actually, like, knew. And so she lives, like, right outside the neighborhood. And I, like, said hi to her for a second. Then I came back, and I went down and checked on them, and they were, like, asleep in the crate. They sleep real good down there in the crate. So, I mean, we got, like, the blankets down there and the toys, and they love it down there. So, anyway, so then is that when I ate? Oh, so then I was eating my pizza. What was I watching? Maybe I was watching Love After Lockup. Oh, no, I kept on watching Hunting Wives. And while I was watching Hunting Wives, so I finished my pizza, and then when I finished my pizza, I brought them out, took them out, and brought them up, and that's when, I think that's when I gave them the little bones, and then, like, that's when Alex came home, and I was watching Hunting Wives, and so then he went upstairs, and I said, well, do you want to watch, yeah, that was last night we watched Final Destination 5, because I said, so the dogs were upstairs with, like, because Walter can go upstairs now and stuff like that, and Otis just stands downstairs, and then he cries, because he's like, he can't go up there. But now Otis can, kind of, but he'll, like, go up a step, and then he'll just stand. So, and we don't want that yet, so we're just kind of like, you know, it's, the stairs are covered so that they can't go up and down the stairs if we're not, like, going up the stairs with them, if that makes sense. We've got, like, stuff in front of it. So then I went upstairs to Alex, and I said, do you want to watch a movie? He was like, yeah, we can watch a Final Destination movie. So we watched the Final Destination 5 movie, and then they, like, laid there, and they played. That's when they were, like, running around and doing laps and chasing. It's so cute, you guys. It's so cute. They are chewers and biters, though. Like, shoes on the floor, like, they're on it. And, like, we have this rug in front of the door. I finally took it up because Walter was, like, chewing at it. And so they have all these toys, and they just, I mean, I know this is puppies, okay? So anyway, but then, so I don't know what time that was. Oh, this is what I was going to say about the Final Destination movies. So we've now watched the first 5. A lot of people told me that 4 was the worst one. A lot of people told me that. So the first one is The Flights. if you guys don't know what the Final Destination movies are about, they're all the same thing. What happens is there's an event, okay? And then there's always somebody that has a premonition that something's going to happen at this event. And then 5 or 6 people get off the plane. Like the first one is about a plane crash. And they get off. But then they die in that order that they were supposed to die in the premonition, okay? So then they're kind of like running from death. You know, like death is chasing them and they're running from death. It's kind of the whole concept of the Final Destination movies. So the first one's about a plane crash. The second one is the second one the roller coaster? The fifth one is a bridge. Is the second one the roller coaster? No, the second one is a car crash, like pile up like on the interstate. The third one is the roller coaster. Maybe, I might be getting this out of order, but I think the third one's the roller coaster. The fourth one is like the NASCAR race. And the fifth one is a bridge. It's interesting though when you watch them because there's so much they could do with these movies that they don't do. And there's a lot of repeats. Like, a lot of the things that happen. I will say the most gruesome death that has happened so far, if you've watched the Final Destination movies, is the gymnast coming off the bars. Like, that one for me was like, oh. I mean, the deaths are pretty gruesome. So they're trying to constantly find out the order and figure out the order of the guy that has the... Is it a guy? I think it's been a guy every time that has a premonition. No, it was a girl in the crash. It's been a girl once. So anyway, but there's a lot of things they could do. Now, I will tell you on the fourth one, they tie the first one into the fourth one at the end of it. Like, I was actually looking at the cast last night, and it said Final Destination 5, like, secret ending or something. I was like, what is this? And we got to it, and I was like, oh, that was smart how they did it. So at the end of 5, they tie 1 and 5 together, like all of them together. But they kind of explain it. They don't really explain it. They're cheesy. They're not that great. But I'm glad that we've watched them all. So anyway, we've just got the 6th one to watch. So when we watched that one, Alex wanted to go to bed. I don't even remember what time that was. I think it was like 12:30 or 10:30. So I was like, okay. I said, if you're going to... what did I do in between there? I talked to Tanya, talked to Nikki, talked to Mel. Well, Mel and I were texting. We talked earlier in the day. Talked to Caroline. I don't know, my days are just kind of like... Whew. Lots of taking them outside. So then I was exhausted. And I was like, okay, I'm either going to go to bed now or I'm going to take a nap and then get up and watch TV, which is what I love to do. But I was like, if I go to bed now, then they're going to be up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Then I'm going to be up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, I'm going to lay down right now. And I put them in their house. And, well, Alex and I play with them on the bed for a little bit. And then I put them in the house. And they were fine. They don't, like... This morning, they were crying a little bit, like, but I think it was because I heard Alex, like, moving around and stuff, though he was like, I was really, really quiet. But, I mean, it's like, interesting the little things they hear so sharp and stuff like that, you know? Like, Boo's hearing towards the end was so bad that I think that, like, I mean, he couldn't really hear a lot, and I'm kind of used to that. I mean, all 3 dogs, like, were like that. And so, like, I mean, they hear something, like, when I take them out, they, like, if they hear something like that, they'd be like, do you know what I mean? That's Alex in the kitchen. He's at the sink right now. So, so I slept until like, I think like 12:15, and then I came downstairs and I took them out and they did their potties. So last night was really, really cute, okay? So when we came out, there was a bunny, one of the bunnies was in the yard, and they both like sat down and they just like watched this bunny. The bunny watched them, and they watched the bunny. They didn't, like, run after the bunny or anything. It was kind of cute. Like, at one point, like, Walter kind of, like, stood up and was, like... He was just, like, real intrigued with this bunny. And the other thing that we learned last night are that leaves are a lot of fun to play with. Because we've got a lot of, like, dry leaves in the yard. Last night, we learned that leaves are fun to play with. And even though there are 5,000 leaves in the yard... There's only one, and that one, if my brother has it, I want it. So they were playing over the same leaf, and they were rolling around. It was cute. So we came inside last night, and gave them little treats and stuff. They're kind of beggars. They're like little beggars a little bit. They kind of like, they're just be like in the kitchen and stuff like that. I mean, I guess the other dogs did that too, but like they were so trained not to be beggars. So we're kind of like redirecting that a little bit. Well, very much I'm redirecting that. So then they played for a little bit. Alex was asleep. They played, and I was watching. Oh, I watched Big Brother. I got caught up on Big Brother last night. I'll be honest with you. Let me tell you how I feel about Big Brother. So I'm going to do a reaction video to it this week. Alex was just asking me, like, right now, he's like, how did the videos go today and stuff, because I was telling him kind of my plan last night. I was like, yeah, I'm just filming my vlog right now. And he was like, I told you, you're going to probably need to take a couple more days off than just, like, 2 days. I said, yeah, it's just going to be me getting used to, like, the schedule and stuff. They're actually, like, when I said yesterday, like, I've been really prepared for this. Like, I knew that, like I said yesterday, first of all, having 2 of them, like, they play together all the time. So if it was just one, that one would, like, need all the attention. So the fact that there's 2 of them, they play together. They keep each other busy the whole time. They wear each other out. So that is really great. But I knew that this was what it was going to be, you know. I think I'm that person that in my fantasy life, I think that I can, like, get everything done. Like, and that's just not the case, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I can't get everything done that I want to get done. So it's just going to be kind of, like, figuring it out and stuff like that. But I'll be back to filming videos on my other channels before long and have it figured out. Like I said yesterday, like, it's harder in a different way than I thought. It was like, it's like trying to figure out what they need, you know, like, and I know anybody that's gotten a new dog, you know, it's like this, you just don't know what they're wanting at that moment or what they're needing. And, you know, sometimes they'll lay there for an hour and whatever. And sometimes, you know, they're taking really quickly to, I was like, what is so dug up over here? So the chipmunks, I've seen their holes now. They must have like a whole system, a town underneath this like walkway, because it's all dug up over here. Like they were just like digging it up. But they have like holes all through the mulch through here. It's real cute. But anyway, and Steve the squirrel, and some smaller squirrel, I don't know if it was Shirley, I don't know who it was. They were out here earlier too in the tree. They're real fascinated with the dogs. They just like stand there and like in the tree and they watch them the whole time. So anyway, I don't know what time it was. I wrote it down. Hold on just a second. Okay, Walter and Otis, day 1, day 2. Day 2, I guess I got up at 12:15. Took them out and they played until 1:40, and then they slept next to me until 4:30. And then I took them out. Walter saw a bunny. We like leaves, is what I wrote. And I put in here like who pooped and who peed and stuff like that. Otis pooped, both peed. And then I put them in their house at 4:40. So they've been doing really, really good. Yeah. And to be honest with you, like even if I have to take like a week off from like filming on my other channels, I think what I'm going to try to do tomorrow is I'm going to try to do just, the other thing is like I'm kind of out of sorts because I've been vlogging during the middle of the day, which has been kind of, like at 2 or, you know, in the afternoon, which has been kind of nice because then I can just like, the rest of the day is just like dedicated to taking care of them. But I also know that that's not realistic like every day of my life. So I've got to get back to like a normal like work filming schedule. So I think tomorrow, well, I'm going with Caroline tomorrow, but like Wednesday and Thursday, well, Thursday I just have therapy. So Wednesday and Thursday, I can like, I think I'm going to try to film like, other than my vlog, like a video or 2. If I do more than that, I do more than that. But tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, I'm going to try to film like at least a video or 2 on top of my vlog. And just kind of figure it out from there. My ear is so clogged. I don't know what's going on. Some of the stuff that I ordered them still has not come. Like, not just the harnesses and the leashes, but there's other stuff that's, like, that hasn't come. There's a bed that I ordered that hasn't come. There's a crate that I ordered. Well, the crate I just ordered, so. Hey, how are you? Good. The crate hasn't come. What else did I order that hasn't come? I keep on getting the emails about, like, when they're going to be delivered and stuff like that. What is the other thing? There's like one like big ticket like kind of thing that hasn't come yet. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of the talking to them. Like when I lay in bed with them, I'm like, so I'm your dad. I'm like, I'm your dad. This is your house. They just kind of look at me like this. It was cute. Oh, this was cute. So next to my bed, somebody crocheted me the little Boo Radley. I can't remember who it is, I'm sorry, but somebody crocheted me the little Boo Radley that sits in the little purple bed. And it like looks just like Boo Radley, and then he's got like a little purple bed, and I have it sat right next to the bed with the picture that somebody screenshot of like one of my videos of me and Boo and Tucker. And then it's like they put it in a frame. And so I have the frame, and then in front of it I have like the little crocheted Boo and like Boo in his bed. And Walter was like he like went up and he like sniffed it and stuff like that. And I was like, that was your brother Boo Radley, and that was your brother Tucker. And so I was telling the stories the Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee last night. So they're super sweet. You know, I think it's interesting, like all my fears of like having like really, really aggressive dogs and stuff like that. And like that is just not the case. Like, it's interesting, I was thinking about that last night. Like, I get, like, right in their face, you know? And they're just, like, kissing my face. And they're very, very affectionate. And, it's funny, like, they're, like, starting to, both of them are starting to kind of learn their names, which is interesting. Like, today I was kind of surprised, because I said Otis, and he kind of, like, went, like, I don't know if he's, like, just, you know, the sound, I think, is, like, familiar, because I've said it so many times. But... okay, so last night then, when they were late, so, well, Otis kind of went from, like, the ottoman to the side of me. Walter slept next to me the whole time. I had, like, a little blanket over here, and he slept over here. And then Otis went and slept next to him and, like, slept on him last night. But I finished Hunting Wives. So I watched Big Brother, Hunting Wives. I finished. And then I watched half of an episode of Poker Face. I love that show. Tony said this whole season is really good, but I have to tell you, like... I'm getting kind of bored of it. Like, I think I just need to, like, binge it and finish watching it. I'm getting kind of a little bored of Poker Face this season. But, so Big Brother, if you're watching it, like I said, I'm going to do a video on it, but here's just some of my thoughts about Big Brother right now. Big Brother, okay. The people that I liked at the beginning of the show, I really don't like now. And the people that I didn't like, I like. I don't really understand. So I'm not watching any of the feeds or reading the blogs or any of that kind of stuff. But so when I watch the show, that's all I'm getting. And I will tell you, it's 10 times more enjoyable. It reminds me of the early days of watching Big Brother. I don't want to know everything that's going on. It ruins it for me. Nikki texted me last night. She's like, I couldn't stop. I looked up to see who won the veto. And I said, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Because she was like, I'm not going to look that stuff up either. I don't want to know. Like, I want to go into it not knowing. Because when I go into it and I know, it's so boring. And so... So last night was like the head of household and then the nominations. It's like they've literally nominated the same 3 people for 3 weeks in a row. And it's like they won't take any risks. All the head of households, like, well, up until this week, really, she was kind of like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. But the ones before were like, yeah, like, I'm running this game. But then they made, like, weak nominations. They won't come for anybody big. Like, nobody's, like, really playing any kind of a game. I don't know. And it's just like... here, Alex, I'm going out the garage. It's just like, I don't know, like, I will say what's weird about this season is, like, usually at the beginning of the season, it's like the building of alliances like crazy. There's a few alliances, but there really aren't, like, that many, like, mainstream. Like, if you've watched Big Brother before, you'll know, like, they build alliances. There's really not a whole lot of that. I mean, there's a little bit of it this year, but not, like, tons of it, you know? It kind of surprises me, honestly. So, I watched Big Brother last night. It's boring. This season is boring. It's really boring. And the Hotel Mystère. So not every year. They used to never do this. Now they have this whole theme about it. I don't really know why they did the whole Hotel Mystère thing. So it's like this, like, I don't know. It's like this guy's trying to get them, and they're staying in the Hotel Mystère, and it's so stupid. It's like this theme. I thought at first maybe it was because Rachel Riley, who's a previous winner, she's on there this season. She's like the guest person, which I'm not a huge Rachel Riley fan, so I could care less that she's on the show. I mean, I don't dislike her, but, like, I'm not a big, huge fan of hers or anything like that, so she's not who I would have picked. I was hoping they would pick Carolyn from Survivor, because they did, like, Suri was on there. It was fantastic, because she was from a crossover show. She was from Survivor. So to have a Big Brother winner, they should just do, like, a Big Brother, like, all winners show. I think, have they done that before? I don't know. Instead of just having Rachel. Why Rachel? Like, I don't know. And she's whiny, and she was complaining yesterday. She's like, I just won every competition before. Now I can't win any competition. It's been like 10 years, 20 years. Like, okay, like, you're not the player that you were 10 years ago. But at first I thought they were doing like a Traitors theme, and that's because she was on Traitors. I think season 2 or season 1. She's season 1, this US one. She was with Kate Chastain from Below Deck. And so I thought it was kind of like a Traitors kind of like homage. I didn't know. I didn't really get it. And, but it's whatever. The Hotel Mystere thing is stupid to me. I think it's stupid to them, too. I think they think it's stupid as well. Because they don't, any of them seem like they're really into it. You know, I like realize I have no idea how long I've been, I mean, this part of the vlog I know that I've been vlogging for 19 minutes, but like the other parts of the vlog, like the tripod fell and then I went inside, I was like, I don't have it, and I don't remember what time I started the vlog. Oh well, it doesn't matter. So then after that, I watched Hunting Wives and I finished it. So there's a lot that's problematic about Hunting Wives. But in the context of the show, if you're going to watch it as a show, it makes sense to the mystery of the show. I mean, like, it almost has to be that way for there to be the mystery that is. It was interesting because a lot of people, like, messaged me and were like, oh my god, I couldn't stop watching it. I couldn't stop watching it either. It's a fantastic mystery. Like, it is a fantastic mystery thriller. Like, you really have no idea, like, what happens. Like, and it kind of ends, like, it ended conclusively, but it kind of just ends. Like, I was kind of, I kept on thinking, like, because I was on episode 8, and it was 8 episodes, and I was like, am I wrong? Because I usually look up and see how many episodes there are. I was like, are there 10 episodes? Like, it didn't feel like it was going to finish. I think that what people are kind of missing about the show is that it's a mystery thriller, but there's a lot about, like, the conservatism of Texas and just of the United States, gun control. I mean, there's a lot of that in there. A lot about, like, women's rights. There's a lot about, like, women and men. I mean, it's a lot of that. It's commentary on that to some degree, kind of shrouded by this mystery. Like, if you go in and you watch it and you just say, like, because this exists and this, it's problematic, you're kind of missing the point of the show. The show is really saying that it's this egotism and this, like, perspective and thinking that has created a lot of these environments. And then it's this mystery. The mystery that they do in it is fantastic. It's apparently, Tanya said she read the book, and she said the book is a lot different than the show. It's a very, very provocative show, I will just say that. But anyway, I don't know, like, I thought it was a great mystery. But if you're going to go into it and you're going to be like, I can't watch it because of this and this and this, and I mean, then it's not going to be the show for you. I'll just tell you that right now. Like, and I knew, like, when I was watching it, I was like, I mean, they kind of, like, indirectly bring up, like, every hot topic issue that's going on right now, all at the beginning. And so it's this woman from Boston that moves to Texas, and it's kind of like, I don't know, like, it's hard to explain it. The woman that plays, apparently she's a Swedish actress, I looked her up, the woman that plays Margot, the main character in it, well, Brittany Snow plays the main character, who is, like, from Pitch Perfect, Brittany Snow. She plays the main character that's, like, the wife of this guy that they relocate to Texas from Boston. Because of his job. And then he starts working, he's an architect, so he starts working for this guy, who's played by Dermot Mulroney, who is in, do you guys remember back in the day, he played Julia Roberts' husband in Steel Magnolias. And then he is married to this woman named Margot, who has, like, this very sordid past. The woman who plays Margot is fantastic. Fantastic. Like, her character is not the nicest character, but, well, I don't know. It's a very, I mean, it's a very, like, I don't know if I mean honest, like, in a genuinely kind of way, but honest as far as, like, it's almost kind of too honest a little bit sometimes. It's raw. It's a raw show. But I finished that last night, and then I was like, the dogs were sleeping, and I was like, I think at that point it was like 4:15. No, I think it was like 4:10. Something, I don't know, doesn't matter. 5 different minutes different. And so I was like, okay, like, I want to stay up at least until 4:30 and take them out, whatever, because they were, like, asleep next to me. And so at 4:30, I watched Poker Face, and at 4:30, I like took them out, and then I put them in their crate, and then I went to bed. The last couple nights, I've fallen asleep that quick. And that's just me exhausted, and I don't know, like, and I wake up like that too. Like, that's the other thing. It's like I wake up like immediately. So I don't know what we're going to watch tonight. We've got Atlanta to catch up on from last night. Caught up on all my shows. I actually went through last night my weekly shows. I still have to watch 1,000 Pound Roomies and finish that. And I want to watch the Sherry Papini. Where's my weekly list? I want to watch the Sherry Papini documentary too and react to it. There's some other true crime documentary that came out. I don't want to watch too many of the train wreck ones because then I'll get them confused. Because some of them are very similar. Can you hear people talking down there? We've got Atlanta. I think it's the third and final part of the reunion, but I could be wrong. That was last night. Miami, that's on Thursday. Orange County, I don't know what day. I've got 1,000 Pound Roomies. I've got 2 weeks of that to catch up on. Okay, Bachelor in Paradise, I gave up on. I can take this off my list. The episodes are too long, and I don't care about the people. And that's just the truth of it. I gave up on it. I went and I started watching the second episode. I didn't even make it to when the Goldens came. And I just was like, I'm done. I'm out. Like, I can't do this. I might go back and watch it, like, when it's all done and it's all out. I might go back and watch it, but I've got enough things I want to watch right now. I mean, I've got at the bottom here, The Valley, Single Lives of Mormon Wives, Next Generation, Virgin River, Ozark. I've still got to finish Grey's Anatomy. I mean, there's like 10 new shows that just came out that I want to watch. I don't care that much about that. I don't care about these people in Bachelor in Paradise. And I could be wrong, but the season that I watched, I did not remember them being 90 to 120-minute episodes. I mean, they're long episodes. And I'm just not that invested in these people that I care that much. So I was like, you know what, just end that. So I'm not watching that. Big Brother, watched yesterday. Love After Lockup, I'm still catching up on. Ozark, I'm stuck in. I'm still in the same episode I was watching weeks ago. This woman runs every day. I admire your strength in that heat.
Oh, gosh. I don't think I have much.
She's got her dog on, like, a leash, but it's, like, hooked around her waist, and she's, like, running. She runs every day. So her and her son are the ones that I always pass when she runs during the day, and then at night, her and her 2 sons that look like they're, like, probably, like, I don't know, like, 25 and 30 or something like that. They walk with her every night with the dog. Anyway, I always pass them. They're so, so, so nice. Ozark, I'm still on episode 5 out of 10. Poker Face, I think I'm on episode 8. Outer Banks, I watched an episode the other night. I might watch that tonight. I really like Outer Banks. It's cheesy. But I don't know, it's just like an easy show to kind of like watch while I play my slot game on my phone. That's not for money. No, I have to put money into it to get coins. So you don't win any money off it. And The Strain, I'm on season 2 and I'm on episode 2. And I kind of felt like I needed a break from that a little bit. So, and I don't know what else I'm going to watch. I might watch The Residence, but I know it didn't get renewed for season 2. It's hot out here. I just want to say, first of all, the last couple days, you guys have just been so, I mean, you always are, but so unbelievable with just the supportive comments and just the love and the kindness. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. This was not, I forgot to tell you the weirdest thing that happened. Okay, so this was not an easy decision. And not just about them, but even like getting a dog in general. And when I started looking, so I told you that I had reached out to like several different rescue organizations. So there was a bonded pair of brothers. This is so weird, you guys, because another one called me the other day and was like, you know, so anyway, there was a bonded pair of brothers that I had applied for. I can't even remember where this was. There's like, at this point, there's like 5 different rescues that like, I don't even know how many at this point, but they usually like adopt within 24 hours. Well, I don't even know when I like filled out the application. It was like a week before, like it was like days before I even like heard about Walter and Otis and even thought about it, that I applied for this bonded pair of brothers that's incidentally look a lot like Otis, okay? Weirdly enough. So anyway, I get this call last night. What time did the call come in? Let me look and see. It was so weird, you guys, because I was like, where is that fat? Oh, here. What time did she call me yesterday? 4:05 p.m. she calls me. I called her right back. And she was like, hey, she was like, I'm calling about your application for blah, blah, blah. She was like, what organization she was from. And so I called her back and I said, hey, like I said, I really appreciate you calling. She's like, yeah. She was like, we want to set up a home visit, blah, 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 whatever. And I was like, well, unfortunately, I said, I just adopted a pair of brothers that were surrendered. And so this organization knows my friend. And so I told her, like, and she's like, oh, we love her. And so she was like, oh, that's amazing. She's like, that's amazing that you adopted them. And she's like, so you're not interested in these brothers? For like literally 2 seconds, I thought, oh my God, 2 pairs of bonded brothers. I was like, no. I said, 2 dogs is enough right now. I said, so please, whatever. And she said, well, I'm really happy that you got your dog. She's like, but you were at the top of our list. And I said, what do you mean I was at the top of your list? And she was like, because I said, every time I apply, I never hear from anything. She goes, do you know how many applications we get for dogs? And I was like, how many? And she's like, literally, she's like, we got like 600 or 700 applications for these 2 brothers. I was like, oh. The camera stopped. I said, oh, I didn't realize you guys get that many applications. She goes, oh, shelters and rescues get like hundreds to thousands of applications for each dog. She's like, especially if we post them online and things like that. And I told her that somebody had sent them to me, that they had seen them online. And I said, well, like, how am I, at the top of the, she's like, well, first of all, and so, like, one of the references, like, my top reference was our vet. And she was like, we know your vet really well, and we love her, and we've worked with her a lot in the past, and blah, blah, blah. And so she was like, when we checked out references, she was like, you guys are great dog parents. And she was like, so you're just like, your references checked out, and all this kind of stuff. And so she was like, you had 3 little dogs, because on the application it asked, like, how old were your dogs? Do you have any dogs? Like, how old were, it was a very extensive application. So anyway, she was like, but you were at the top of the list. And I was like, oh, well, that means a lot. I appreciate it. And so anyway, she was like, so if you're ever interested in, I was like, oh my God, don't do that. She's like, should we keep your application on file? And I said, yeah, sure. Keep my application on file. She's like, okay, we'll do that. So she's like, if you ever, like, if anybody else lets us, if you're interested in a dog that you hear about through us, and they're not like breed specific, like they're, oh, the battery is, okay, I'm gonna go inside and get another battery because I want to end this. Last night's vlog, I just like ended like that. So let me go inside and get another battery, and I will be back because it's flashing at me. I will be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. You guys, I just have to tell you, like, it feels like home again. I walked inside. They're both like in their little bed, and it's a big bed. They're just like laying side by side eating their greenies, and Alex is eating a salad, and he was like, I took them out again. And he was like, because they were like looking out the back window and stuff. I was like, how did you get out the back door? The back door was broken. He's like, I just lifted it out and took them out there because I wanted to go out there and I didn't want to bother you while you were vlogging. And I said, oh, that's so sweet. And he's like, and so just so you know, he's like, when Walter like wants like food or water, he taps. So Walter is now tapping. I said, he did that earlier today. And so Alex and I were laughing because he goes in there and he taps. So I have 2 different like bowls. One like, Otis is real small. It's on like this silicone. It looks like a bone. I got him each one of these, but only one of them came. They're like these like silicone things, and they have little bowls in them. And then and Walter's is like on a stand, like how Boo Radley's was. But it's not real high up. It's only like that high. So when Walter is like thirsty or whatever, which we've kept water out for them the whole time. But the food we don't. We're like just like as soon as they're done eating, we take it up. And so he goes over and he taps. Is that not the cutest thing? So anyway, so that's like, he goes, and then I gave him like, he had water, so I gave him greenies, and they went over there and they slept down. So anyway, so to walk inside and see my husband eating his dinner, watch What Happens Live with Lisa from Miami, which I wanted to watch that one, but I can watch it later. And then the 2 little pups just laying there. It feels like home again. It's nice to have this much life in the house again. But anyway, so when I talked to her, this rescue is not like breed specific, the shelter. And so she was like, well, what kind of dogs? Like, you like smaller dogs? Because I put that on there. I was like, yeah.
She's lost all of her friends. I don't want anything to do with her.
This guy is walking down the street, these big things. Did you hear him? He goes, she's lost all of her friends. I don't want anything to do with her. He's got these big headphones on as he's walking down the street. That's why I don't talk on the phone when I'm walking, because that is the kind of stuff that people will hear. Okay. Anyway, Mel and I and Nikki, this ongoing joke is, I think I've told the story before, but when we were in Arizona, this is like every single day Mel and I text each other. I mean, I could just read you the text, and it's just like, this is so dirty and so bad, but everything is followed by you F and B. because I've shared this before, but when we were in Arizona, Nikki she went and got coffee without us or something. Like, she went down the kitchen and got coffee. We were like sitting outside, and she went and got coffee, and like, I said something like, did you go get coffee? And she was like, yeah. And Mel said something like, and you didn't bring it. I can't remember what it was about. It's probably not even coffee, but Mel goes, and you didn't ask us if we wanted anything. We were joking, right? It's not like we thought she should serve us. And she goes, well, you can go get it yourself. I can't remember who. I think it was Mel that said it first. She goes, Nikki, you F and B, like, but the whole thing, right? And I go, yeah, Nikki, you F and B. And so then that was like, oh, there she is again. Oh my God. She's like running last. You need some water? I'll hose you down. Anyway, so it is so hot. I don't know how she is running laps around this neighborhood. But anyway, so now, like, Mel texted me this morning. She's like, how's, like, doggy day number 2, you F and B? It's just constant all day long. But anyway, she was like, oh, we're getting a package. We're getting a package. So anyway, I'm going to finish this here before the package comes up here. But she was like, but you like small dogs. And I said, yeah. And I said, kind of like cute, ugly little dogs, but cute dogs. And she started laughing. She's like, I like the same kind of dogs. And she's like, okay, well, we'll keep your application on file. But I thought, you know, this is so weird because this is like a timing thing. Like, the other place called last week and was like, we'll get to your application to the middle of end of next week. And then she called last night. I was like, whether it had been these 2 little guys or whoever, I think this is like, I don't know, believe in the universe, believe in the divine, but it's almost kind of like it was going to be a dog one way or the other right now. And I think that we got the ones that we're supposed to be. And so, that we're supposed to be our little pups, Walter and Otis. So, and then tonight, well, Alex is just in there hanging out with them. So I'm going to go for a walk and then go for the pool. It'll be a short walk probably tonight because it's so humid. I haven't heard from his mom yet. So, and then I'm going to go to the pool and then we're going to watch some shows and relax tonight. So, my ear is still clogged. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Monday and a fantastic beginning to your week. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to get to some videos. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Happy birthday, Lena.